Greetings, loves. It's Kat again, Medicine Woman Kat. And Spirit always leads me to the most coolest places to receive my downloads. Even if I don't know where I'm going, somehow I know where I'm going. So, it's interesting. Spirit always leads me to these spots in nature. Even if I don't know where I'm going, apparently I know where I'm going. So, yeah, I get led to these spots to receive these downloads. And I wanted to share with you guys today the thought about tribe, community. And I want to talk to you about how important that is, especially when you're coming out of a period of a lot of hermit mode, isolation, that type of thing. And to be honest with you, sometimes you get thrown or pushed or urged or nudged out of that isolation through spirit, through intuition and guidance as to where you need to go, who you need to connect with. Some of you may remember a couple months back, I did an entire video series on solitude, the transformational power of solitude. Do you guys remember that? It was the transformational power of solitude. And if you haven't seen that series, I did a week of videos every day on that specific topic. And it's really good to understand solitude before immersing in group dynamics and things like that. I also have a video on group dynamics and why it's important to have discernment of spirit and those types of things, and really be connected to your higher self and intuition before engaging with group dynamics, because the wrong group dynamic can actually hinder you in several ways. So if you haven't seen that one, check it out. So yeah, so we're going to talk about that. I was in a period of isolation for, let's say, quite a bit of time. And Spirit was working with me in transforming myself into a new being so that I could hold the energetic space for so much more in my life. And when I say energetic space, I'm talking about, let's see if I can find a little area here. When I'm talking about energetic space, I'm talking about you have to clear out so much in order to make space for what you really want. You have to clear out so much space to make space for what you want. And I repeat that because it's so vital and important to understand that. And there's going to be times that it feels like you're losing everybody. Like you're losing friends, connections, networks, business partners, all of these things in order to basically, have a clearing out. So when you have a clearing out, the only thing that is left is to be filled. Because when you let go of toxic relationships, connections, when you let go of people that drain you, that don't pour into you as you pour into them, that don't appreciate your presence, your energy, your heart. Oh my God, I could go on and on. When you finally let those people go and you stop holding on to them because of your trauma and your wounding and your childhood issues, and you heal yourself, and in that isolation, you metamorphosize from the caterpillar to the butterfly. And the butterfly is now ready to fly because it has died to become you. So when we do have this new community or this new connections with others, you may find that they're completely different. they're completely different from the old groups and the old people and the old connections, types of connections that you've had in the past. And this is because you're aligning with something that is in resonance with your frequency. So when you're aligning with other souls who are in resonance with your frequency, what happens is you become automatically a repellent for those who are not in your frequency. So at first, you're going to discover that you're repelling these people who are outside of your vibration, and it feels strange because you don't know what's happening. But what's happening is that you are removing to align, and this is a necessary step. You cannot go further. The people who are meant for you cannot find you until you do this necessary step. A lot of people get stuck in this step, meaning that they cave. They begin to feel lonely. They start reaching out to people who they know really aren't good for them because they don't want to be by themselves. A lot of people have a problem being by themselves. But if you can stay strong, and if you can move past this, and if you can alchemize, this is a lot of inner work, people. This is why a lot of people don't reach a certain level in their spiritual development, because it's a lot of work and it's hard. But when I tell you it's worth it, especially when you begin to study alchemy, magic, intention, energy, how to create your reality as a creator, to connect with the creator God within yourself in order to attract the reality and the experiences that you want for yourself. Once you begin to master those things, this is when the real magic of life begins to happen. This is when the flow state begins to flow. And this is when miracles begin to occur as an everyday occurrence. This is when synchronicities are just a common thing. Okay, so this is when we find our people. This is when we find our tribe. And even if it's just a couple of people that resonate with you in your frequency, that's a blessing. It's not about numbers, you guys. It's about quality connections with others. I tend to be an introvert, and it takes me a little bit of time to warm up to people. But when I do, and when the alignment is there, the love is so strong and so deep. That's just the way my heart chakra is set up. And yeah, look at this art behind me. So this is the way it works. So look at this. This is a portal. This is an example of a portal. And so what I'm trying to say is that once you clear that space, you then have the opportunity to be in a hallway just like this. On one side is your old life. And in there, in the future, what you call the future ahead of you, is your new life. And you're in this hallway, you're walking towards your new reality that you have created as a creator. And when you receive confirmation, when you begin to see the reality appear in your field, you understand how to work with portal magic, with energy, with alignment, with all of these things. That's so beautiful. And this includes the connections and the relationships that we have with others. It becomes, that echo is wild. It becomes natural to you to tap into your creative force as a creator connected to the God self within you. And then guess what happens? You are no longer a victim of life. You are no longer a prisoner of what you feel life is and what's just being thrown at you, and you just accept it because, oh, here it comes. No. You become the ruler, and you become the master and the creator, the architect of whatever you want to experience in your reality. By learning trust, surrender, flow, all of that is essential in order for you to take that road into a new reality. It's up to you. You can do it. So I know this video got a little bit all over the place. I wanted to talk about tribe, but obviously there were other things that needed to be said, that needed to be shared. Oh, and one last thing about tribe, you guys, that I didn't want to end the video without mentioning, and that is, it's gonna feel so different when you connect with your soul family. This isn't a first meeting, this is a reunion. And in that reunion, these souls feel familiar and they feel safe. And there's no competition, there's no ego driven, there's no games, there's no mental gymnastics in order to connect with them. It's just love. It's just love. And oftentimes soul family don't find each other until later. We often go through periods of the opposite by contrast, especially in the beginning of our lives. So that when you do find that soul family, you appreciate them so much more, because it's family and it's love and it's peace. And it's joy and it's easy. It's the way it should be. So that is my download today. And until the next time, if you like my content, subscribe to my channel, Joyful Healer on YouTube. Set your notifications on so you know when I upload new videos. And share my videos with friends and chosen family. And I appreciate you all so much for watching this video. If you've made it this far, I love you, and I send you blessings, wellness, bliss, and joy. And may all of your dreams materialize and become your reality. Love, light, and peace.